Hello. Well, somehow I forgot to turn the game off last night.
Yep.
So we're here, which is fine, I guess. Shit, it's loud. Right, here we go. Here we are. Turn about reminiscence. Kay Faraday, the young lady who calls herself the second Yatagarasu. The piece of cloth that she conjured up has taken me back to many years ago. Yes, eat your fucking profiteroles. No! Stop it! No! Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right, I did it. I killed the guy. It was the great Yatagarasu that told me to do it. I asked the defendant, just what exactly are you trying to say? Don't you get it? I know the true identity of the Yatagarasu! The Yatagarasu is the man standing over there at the prosecutor's bench! Are you saying that I'm the Yatagarasu? Don't you dare deny it! You told me to kill him when you snuck into the embassy! Are you claiming that Mr. Faraday is the Yatagarasu? That's exactly what I'm claiming! Mr. Rell, I think we've heard just about enough out of you. Your Honor, please listen to me! I'm telling the truth! You gotta believe me! Whether you were told to or not, you still committed murder. Judgy, quick.
In accordance with the defendant's order, a new prosecutor shall be called to replace Mr. Faraday. This will be in recess until a new prosecutor is ready.
Enjoying those profiteroles, Judgy?
No.
Been swimming lately?
No. Too cold.
Why is there just a kid in here?
I'm not gonna lie. My eye immediately landed on Granny having a wobble in the background.
Oh, I can't keep my stick still! It's almost time for me to enter the courtroom.
Okay.
And so it is that my first assignment as a prosecutor will be as a replacement for a prosecutor who's been accused by the defendant.
Named Mr. Faraday.
Oh no.
Oh.
I get the feeling this might be a certain someone given how edgy is dressed. So less profiteroles and more annoyance and shoulder pain, please. I know it's been a while. We've done like a whole bunch of games since you were Von Karma, but I'm sure you can do it.
Edgeworth!
Oh! Oh, he just popped into existence. Sir.
Have you read over all of the documents regarding this trial?
Yes, sir. I have memorized everything there is to know.
Very good. The paperwork for the prosecutor substitution is just about complete. Edgeworth, always bear in mind that as your mentor, yes, mentor, I, Manfred von Karma, will accept nothing short of perfection.
I understand, sir. To have the chance to stand in court at such an early stage in my career, I am honoured and proud.
As I have watched over your studies, I'm giving you this very rare chance. Prove yourself. Crush the defendant's pathetic lies into oblivion.
Yes, sir! Thank you for all the rustling.
You're welcome.
That such a legendary prosecutor will be watching and judging my performance. I have to be perfect in every way. Oh, okay. I guess.
Whee!
Whee!
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Foolish boy.
I'll go have a drink then. Can you move, please? What the fuck is wrong with you? If you wouldn't mind, Dragon.
I just read that, and I don't want to again.
Alright. This is all good. I could drink a whole gallon. I've never heard of water that tastes that good. Maybe I'll give him a minute. Does he plan on gulping an entire reservoir dry?
Good fucking
Hello,
Jesus.
Grandma. It's me, Anastasia. Excuse me, madam, but is something the matter?
I just thought someone would have brought hors d'oeuvres by now.
But this is a courthouse. It would be quite atypical to provide hors d'oeuvres here.
Are you sure? Someone poured me a fresh cup of coffee the last time I was here.
What the heck does she think a courthouse is for? Bonjour. Talk to me.
Mr. Prosecutor, sir!
You've got an eye if you can tell that I'm a prosecutor with just one glance.
As there are always only prosecutors and defense attorneys in this lobby, I usually hit the microphone against one or the other while there is a recess.
You were only guessing.
On to these... Oh, God.
Talk to your child.
Aren't these great? Daddy made all of these.
Awesome! But you didn't get fired right after you made them. But didn't you get fired right after you made them?
Ah, yeah, I did. I spent the same amount of money on this model as it costs to build the real thing. That's bad! Oh, and my boss wasn't very happy with me. Ha ha!
Hey, Daddy, didn't you say you built a secret mechanism inside of it?
I'll tell you about it someday when you're older.
Secret mechanism? Maybe he installed it as payback for getting fired. It could be trouble. Now I'm curious. Hello? Egad, what a cold stare he's giving me. However, as a disciple of Von Karma, there is no option but to win. He's good. The power of his cold stare rivals my own. He's sleeping or standing up? Are you doing the same?
The trial will resume shortly. Please wait a moment, sir.
I was already well aware of that. Shortly, or in a moment. Which one is it? Be specific.
Ooh!
Hello. Bookshelf, huh? Compendium of Laws for Beginners. I don't have time to read this and second guess myself now.
I'm sorry. My immediate reaction when you looked at it was when I saw the little things that come up was ooh, touchy touchy.
This should lead to the defendant lobbies.
Edgeworth, where is your composure? If you wish to take a look at your enemy, do so in the courtroom as you crush him.
Indeed, thank you. You are a man of wisdom and experience, sir. A bulletin board. There are trial schedules posted on it. Trial scheduled for this week. Huh. There's only today's trial listed. This must be a mistake, or this country's judicial system is not working as it should. Oh, hello. I'll have a look at this now myself. A model of the courthouse is pretty well constructed. Hands and a face? Don't tell me this thing transforms. Yet I wonder for what other purpose could they have been made. Well, I'm here.
Today's trial should have ended in just 1 minute.
Because the defendant was picked up by the security camera, correct?
Exactly. The killer had the gall to say that he only killed because he was instructed to do so. Even more outrageous is his claim that the prosecutor, Byrne Faraday, gave the order.
He does have a smiley face. He could have done
Does
it.
have a smiley face, but Faraday.
Maybe.
Faraday is such a fool. He's been cornered by his very own prey.
Sir, are you an acquaintance of Mr. Byrne Faraday?
He's a pathetic man who speaks nothing but nonsense.
Nonsense.
He once tried to explain to me a way of punishing those who cannot be brought to court.
Those who cannot be brought to court? That is nonsense, for no man is above the law.
Oh my fucking god. He admitted it. He's basically admitted it. Well, there are always a few exceptions. However, there is no reason to even deal with such individuals. The prosecutor is a guardian of the court, one with no obligation to outside matters.
Thus, there is no reason to deal with such individuals. I see.
Edgeworth, disgracing yourself as Faraday has will not be forgiven.
Have no fear. I will not let you down, sir. In place of the accused prosecutor Byrne Faraday, I'll prove the defendant's guilt. By copying you.
Very good. I've secured an hour recess for you to prepare to do just that. Show them all the power of Von Karma. So have you achieved a firm understanding of the case?
Yes, sir. I have memorized everything that is written down in the case files.
Well then, explain the case to me. I want to see if you really know what you're talking about.
Understood. A murder was committed on September 8th in front of the... The first time I'm thrown off by something. In front of... If you wouldn't mind. In front of the Codopian Embassy. The victim, Mr. Mr. Deadman! Deadman!
DEID man.
Dead.
Deadman!
I have to try and say this with a straight face. The victim, Mr. Deadman.
Nope. DEID.
Dade, sorry. The victim, Mr. Dade Man, was a staff member at the embassy. Dade Man! This is one of the best names ever. Dade Man. The defendant in the case, Mr. Mackrell. Mackrell! I'll try again. The defendant in this case, Mr. Mackrell, was held for questioning the night of the incident as he was deemed suspicious.
I'm
He
sure
was-
anybody named Matt Corral is suspicious.
Well, yes, he seems rather fishy. My face hurts. He was quickly placed under arrest for possession of the murder weapon, a gun.
A gun.
Furthermore, at the time of the murder, the great thief, Yatagarasu, had successfully infiltrated the Kodopian embassy as well. At first, Rel claimed that he himself was the Yatagarasu, but that he did not kill Dade Man. I wonder what he expected to gain from such a desperate lie.
It's possible that he wants to go down while in the spotlight if he's found guilty. There truly is no limit to people's inanity. But I digress. Continue, Edgeworth.
That was very high pitch for digressing, but sure. Yes, sir. During the trial, the prosecution presented the security footage that captured the murder. Footage clearly showed Mr. Rell as the murderer.
The act of Mr. Rell firing the gun could clearly be seen from the visitors' gallery.
Upon seeing that, the defendant retracted his statement and admitted to the murder. I did it because I was told to, by the real Yatagarasu Bern Faraday.
That sounds about right. However, you've forgotten one thing. While this may appear to simply be the murder of the Kodopian Embassy staff member, people are actually referring to it as the second KG-8 incident.
The second KG-8 incident? I'm very sorry, sir. I fear I failed to study hard enough.
Well, even among the police, it's information that only a select few are privy to.
I've just realised Edgeworth doesn't have, marks under his eyes. I didn't realise that turning 20 gives you marks under your eyes. Anywho, could you please enlighten me, sir? So, what do you mean by the second KG-8 incident?
In order for me to tell you that, you must first learn about the original case. Take a look at these documents.
This is a 3-year-old newspaper.
Look at it closer! You have heard of the Amano Group scandal before, correct?
Yes, I have. The secretary of Ernest Amano, the Amano Group's director, was arrested under suspicion of smuggling.
Correct.
Cece.
CCU was an employee of the Amano Group and the sole witness to the smuggling operation. It was she who brought the crime to light. However, Ms. Yu was silenced before she could testify in court.
Wasn't a Kodopian Embassy staff member arrested for the murder?
Yes.
Kodopian.
Yeah, that's not the one that got me. A Kodopian by the name of Manny Cochin was the suspect. However, due to lack of evidence, the case went unresolved.
Lack of evidence?
Yes, lack of evidence! Are you not listening?
Reading, sir.
If only I was in charge of the case. I would have done everything in my power to prove his guilt.
To make sure that all criminals are found guilty. My mentor is really dedicated.
Fucking corrupt. Faraday was the prosecutor on the case then, and he was as pathetic as ever.
Mr. Faraday was in charge of the KG-8 incident as well?
That's right. And now once again the victim of the case you are currently assigned to was someone who was scheduled to testify against that smuggling organization.
And just like last time, the victim was murdered right before he was to testify.
Sorry.
It's okay, we'll deal with it. Well then, while you deal with that, I will have a look at these documents. Oh, it's just this. Mercurial News, Kodopian Embassy staff member Manny Cochin found not guilty. The victim is CCU. A shadow over the Amano Group. What's his relation to the smuggling ring? Yeah. They've used generic text on this, but I can't quite read it. Proof of my profession. My mentor said it was more chic to keep it in my pocket. He's 60 now. He's 40, 53,
Ah, Mr.
DEID
DEID
man.
man.
Mackerel. Okay. And the mysterious Yatagarasu! Anyway, I'm catching on, if you want me.
You're catching on! The victim was murdered just before his day in court against the smuggling organization. Events are occurring almost exactly the same way as they did in the KG8 incident.
So that's why it's being called the second KG8 incident?
Yes. Obviously. Yet there is one difference between the two incidents.
What would that be?
The so-called noble thief that is sending everyone into an uproar. The great thief Yatagarasu.
Yatagarasu? I'd better find out more. Please talk to me more. You have to deal with it. If it is true that the Yatagarasu showed up at the Kodopian embassy, what could he or she have been after?
No doubt steal any suspicious accounting records and then release them publicly. Or more likely to steal secrets from the Kodopian embassy itself. Since the item the Yatagarasu stole from there was sent to the police...
What was it that the Yatagarasu sent to the police?
I don't know the details. Anything related to the Yatagarasu is getting the top secret treatment. Still, I find it very ironic. By returning the stolen item to the police, it was proof positive that the Yatagarasu had infiltrated the embassy on the same day the staff member was killed. Criminals have a way of incriminating themselves, wouldn't you say?
I'm sure they do, Mr. Shoulder. Ah, the gun. That would be the first time the Yatagarasu has left evidence behind, correct?
Yes, indeed. If you wish to learn more about the Yatagarasu, then I suggest you ask Faraday.
Mr. Faraday?
He happens to be the prosecutor in charge of the Yatagarasu case as well.
He's the prosecutor in charge of both the KG8 incident and the Yatagarasu case? Mr. Faraday really has a lot on his plate.
Ah. What is it, little girl?
Okay, go away. You okay?
No!
I'm going to be doing a younger Franziska at some point.
You're scary, mister.
Did you need something?
I want to trade these coins with you.
A fistful of dimes, quarters, and pennies. But it looks like you've exactly $1. Is this what you want?
Thanks! That's exactly what I needed.
Could that child be here to watch the trial?
How disrespectful for a child like that to be running around inside the courthouse. Does no one have respect for this country's judicial system anymore? The paperwork for the prosecutor's substitution is complete.
Away! I could be a prosecutor.
I don't chuck something at you.
Why you? Do you even know how much time there is left before the trial resumes? I'm so sorry. I can have you mopping up this courthouse instead of protecting it in an instant.
It's no bother, sir. Not being completely prepared could prove to be a perfect handicap for me.
A proud one you are.
Let us press our fingers together for luck. You're doing the same fucking pose. Oh, I guess I'm doing a fight instead of your cane. Okay. Boop, 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 boop.
You had better collect the evidence from Faraday and prepare yourself. It's time for your debut, Edgeworth.
Oh, yes, let's go get it. Are we? We're actually being a prosecutor now instead of just, I am accusing you of this thing out in the field! Where the fuck is everyone?
Where the fuck is everyone? Just what is going on? Why isn't Faraday here yet? How is it possible that the defense is not prepared yet either?
Bailiff, where is Mr. Faraday?
I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention.
Oh.
Gee.
Oh my god, he has legs!
Ah, you must be the one Mr. Von Karma recommended. Ooh, you see him.
At a different angle!
Ooh,
Goodness me!
goodness.
Ooh, ooh.
Lovely
I'm
side
more-
profile, Judge.
I'm more handsome now.
Lovely side profile, Judge. We should see it more often. I hear that this will be your first trial. I look forward to seeing how you perform. Oh, by the way, was there someone celebrating a birthday during the recess? I could have sworn that I heard a popper going off. Gun. Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson.
Sir, it looks like the trial is about to resume. However...
Yes, it will be all but impossible to prove the witness a liar. Without the evidence from Faraday! What is that blasted buffoon up to?
It's an emergency, sirs! Oh, it's
It's
so-
me!
Ah, sorry!
Ah! I'm Gummy!
History, do it again!
It's an emergency, sirs!
I'll tell yourself to shut up.
Silence! There shall be no yelling in the sacred hall of law!
He said yelling.
This is as bad as... Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? No, sir, I
No.
didn't.
He said calmly.
No, sir, I didn't.
Bailiff, remove that man from this courtroom at once. Oh, please, wait. You have to listen to me. There's an emergency. Defendants, lobby number 2. Mr. Faraday and the defendant. The two of them, they're both dead.
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
What? What?
You did my Von Karma.
You weren't doing it.
Because you went through that quickly. You went.
Alright,
Oh, hello.
here we are. Oh, hey, you.
Shall I be this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Stay back.
Ugh.
No one's allowed on the crime scene. Period.
Just who does this Audible think he is? What a shitty coat. It's full of holes. This is becoming quite the hot spot. Isn't she Mr. Rail's defense attorney? Love her earrings.
Yes. Hey you! No running in the hallway, pal!
Stop. And who are you to tell me what to do? I'll never find out what's going on like this. It's time for some civil discourse. Why are there ants on the wall? Ew.
Mm.
Ew.
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 Oh, remember our ant infestation?
Oh, that was
We had to go to
horrible.
fucking war with them.
This sofa looks like it's seen its fair share of use. And it looks like another part of the courthouse is visible from the window. Ah! My eyes have locked with my reflection's eyes in the barred window. As a student of Von Karma, I refuse to back down.
What the fuck?
I won. What is wrong with you, you fucking weirdo? Goodbye.
Young judges for justice!
A poster of the judge. There's a longer slogan of some sort in tiny letters at the bottom. Every strike of my gavel brings the truth closer to me, and my hair farther away. Is this a promotional poster for the court or a hair growth product? Fire! A fire extinguisher. If one were to be hit in the head with this, I suppose the victim would lose a memory or two. Yes, indeed. But it's not as though I'd ever be so foolish as to be struck by one of these. Oh my god. Oh my god. The sus. First I need to get a handle on the situation. Perhaps I should talk to some people. No. I'm going to go in here. Defendant lobby number 1 is through here. The incident took place in lobby 2 next door. I shouldn't allow myself to be sidetracked like this. I better get a move on. How about a drink? A drink vending machine. Ah! Now is not the time to be pondering what kind of drink I want. Interesting. They're selling special court-themed food products here. Many of them seem sort of troublesome and suspicious. Objection, I suppose. Alright, let's talk to you, you scruffy little shit. And you are?
Oh, me? Hey, pal. It's common courtesy to tell someone your name first before asking theirs.
Point taken. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a district prosecutor.
A prosecutor? I've never seen a prosecutor as young as you, pal.
You should see my mentor's daughter. I've told you my name. Now would you mind telling me yours?
Detective Dick Gumshoe. And just recently, I achieved my dream of becoming a detective. Hence why I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe.
And that's why your coat is actually looking kind of nice.
Oh, yeah.
He hasn't had all the salary cutting.
Wait. It's tan. It's supposed to be tan.
Maybe, who knows?
It's fucking green. Ew!
Maybe he did get a new coat, I can't say, but he's wearing the same fucking clothes otherwise.
It's tan. More than a dream. It's what I was born to do.
Oh, that's what happens when your name is Gumshoe.
Wait, maybe I should check and make sure I'm not really in some crazy dream first.
This detective is entirely too excited to be at a murder scene.
Yeah.
So, Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling me what you know about the incident?
You know I don't have to tell you anything, right?
I know that. But it would behoove you to fill me in on what you know.
Ooh. Wow, you're a problem for such a youngster, aren't you? Well, anyway, Detective Bad is the one in charge. So you're just gonna have to ask him for all the details, okay? As for me, I was guarding the door to defendant lobby number 2.
So you were on guard detail. Did you notice anything strange while you were on duty?
Well, I freaked out when I heard a gunshot and then I kind of froze.
You're a detective and that measly gunshot scared you that much. Then again, I can hardly claim to know what it's like to hear one at close range.
And Detective Bad came running onto the scene. We went into lobby number 2 together, and both men were laying there, dead.
Is that everything?
Yeah, that's it. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle.
Interesting. Other than the gunshot, he didn't hear a single sound of commotion. Thank you very much for that. Goodbye. Hello, you. Do you have a minute? You know, I'm not really into talking to people I don't know. Especially at a time like this. Ah, I apologize for not introducing myself before bothering you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I was to take Mr. Faraday's place in court. Edgeworth, huh? Never heard of you. So, Faraday's substitute is a newbie, huh? I'll have you know, madam, that I studied under Manfred von Karma. Do not take me for some naive novice. What? Do not take me for some naive novice. Oh, so you're a student of von Karma. I should have. That's close to a dead giveaway. Stop right there. These are the garments of one who gallantly presents the facts.
You're not wrong.
They are a dead giveaway. Thanks for the great laugh, but try not to make me laugh so much, okay? I wasn't trying to do anything of the sort. Just kidding. I was giving that. By the way, do you know who I am? My name is Callisto Yu. And if you're telling the truth, then we are about to go head-to-head in court. Ah, but of course. I've heard much about you, Miss Yu. But of course. I was always around you. You regular Shakespeare. Did I say something funny?
Apparently so.
I'd like you to update me on the situation. I don't really know anything. Why don't you try talking to those detectives over there? If that's the case, then why are you here? Ugh! What's so funny? It's just the way that you speak is so tactless. The person I was going up against in court, until only a little while ago, was just murdered. It's not like I could go back into the courtroom pretending as though nothing happened. That's a good point. I apologize for asking such an insensitive question. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. Hello, Bad. Bad! Excuse me, but who are you?
Detective Tyrell Bad. Homicide.
I was informed of the situation and came as quickly as possible. So how did you arrive and inspect the body before me?
Faraday requested for me to testify in the trial. Plain and simple.
Mr. Faraday requested that you be here.
That's what I just said, isn't it?
Well, I suppose I'll ask about your witnessing first. Why was I not informed that you were going to testify in court?
Homicides aren't my only gig. The Atagarasu case is also one of my assignments.
So you were called upon to comment upon the Yatagarasu's characteristics? In order to assess if Mr. Faraday really was the Yatagarasu or not?
Well, looks like you might have a brain after all in that head of yours, son.
Son? I'm not your son, Pops.
I've already contacted HQ about the situation. I've got nothing to say to you, kid.
Kid? I'm Mr. Faraday's substitute in today's trial. Therefore, I insist that you Therefore, I insist that you update me on the situation.
No.
I can't back down here. I have a right to know.
Do I need to teach you a thing or two about how to talk to adults, kid?
Is he threatening me? Is he going for his gun? It's just a mirror! How dare he trick me like that?
Faraday was stabbed to death with some kind of blade. He had a gun in his hand. The other man, Mr. Mackerel, was shot and killed. He was found holding a bloody knife in his hand.
Was there anyone else who went into Defender Lobby number 2?
Yeah, that big lug over there. His name's Gumshoe. He was in charge of guarding the place. He's claiming that no one else entered the room.
If that's the case, then they must have killed each other, correct?
Maybe.
Such impudence! This guy really is testing my patience. Oh, hello.
Monsieur! There's someone here who wishes to see you.
Who is it?
A Canopian Embassy staff member by the name of Manny Koshin.
Him? What? What's going on? Detective Bad and Misused Moods just changed all of a sudden. Wait a second. Wasn't Manny Koshin? I'll be right there.
It's nice to see you again, Miss Yu.
Why are you here? I have no desire to ever see you again.
No. Actually, would you mind stepping outside for a brief chat?
Fine. Let's go. Oh, here he comes.
Bad!
He didn't yell.
He is annoyed. He is angry. Bad. Long karma. It's been a long time. I knew you would show up.
Yes, you big grumpy boy. Look at that grumpy face.
You usually do when the Yatagarasu is involved, and I see this case as no exception.
Do you know Detective Bad, sir?
Yes. It's like an old bloodhound that never leaves the scene of a crime. If only he would get a promotion and move on.
Or maybe stop cutting his salary and it might be okay.
It's the crime scene where a detective is most useful and effective. It's not like I don't know that. Moving on though, Bad. The man that I just passed by. Was he not the suspect from the KG8 incident?
So I was right.
Just what is that man doing wandering around here? That Faraday! I can't believe he let such an easy catch get away. Imbecile! I would have proved his guilt in 3 minutes. Von Karma. I think you've said enough for now. It's in poor taste to speak like that about the departed. Very well. Back on topic. I'm placing Edgeworth in charge of the investigation here.
No! How do you have the same voice? You're a little baby! Foolish fool, foolish. Now we got to just bring it up just a little bit. Papa! How can you place him in charge? Franziska, what are you doing here? I'm here for summer vacation. What else? I have a much nicer haircut here. It suits me a bit better. Franziska von Karma. So she is here on vacation from Germany? She's the daughter of Manfred von Karma, and a student of his, who's also junior to me.
You're the one who's junior to me, and don't you forget it.
You're not conveniently avoiding the bar examination, are you?
If you are able to pass, then I'll have absolutely no trouble at all. I'll never allow myself to lose to you. Never!
Why does she always have to be this competitive? How old are you right now? Well, that is a baby. That is an old fart. 26.
Oh, God.
22. She's quite young. 52. It's either they're very old or very young. She's not on here yet. 24. You do not look 24, sir. I'm sorry, that's mean, but...
Anyway, Papa, are you really assigning Miles Edgeworth to cover the case?
Yes, I am. Why do you ask?
Well, you know, I'm close to becoming a prosecutor myself. And I am 100% confident that I can do a better job than him.
That's just like Franziska. She has no problem bad-mouthing someone right in front of them.
Bad. Yeah. These two will be conducting the investigation. What? You want me to let both these kids loose on the crime scene? This is a perfect opportunity for them to work on their prosecutorial skills. A crime scene is not a place for children to be messing around in. I'm the one with the authority over this crime scene, Bad. And I will not tolerate complaining. Ugh. Edgeworth, Franziska, I leave this case to the two of you.
Understood, sir.
Yes, Papa.
I'll go take care of the paperwork now. Remember, I'll accept nothing but a perfect report from the both of you. Do not disappoint me.
Yes, sir. Well...
Hold up, Von Karma, I still haven't agreed to this.
Miles Edgeworth.
It's been quite some time, Franziska.
This will be the perfect chance for us to see which of us is truly worthy of the Von Karma name.
Would it kill you to at least say hello?
Long time no see.
Very good.
Just because you became a prosecutor first doesn't mean you can act all proud.
She hasn't changed a bit.
Miles Edgeworth! As I was saying, we shall see which one of us is worthy of the Von Karma name.
You're the only one that fucking bears it. For crying out loud, I've been reduced to a babysitter. Fucking kids.
Pretty sure Miles isn't that, like, babyish at this age. It looks like Mr. Von Karma was successful in convincing the detective. That's just like him. He never fails. Now, I'd appreciate it if you could quickly run me through the facts, Detective Bad.
You're better off checking out. You're better off checking things out on your own.
Very well. Seems like getting help from Detective Bad will be a most arduous task. Well, here you are, Franziska. Dead bodies. How do you feel?
I don't care. Can I whip them?
Well. Ugh. Is this the only real explanation that they killed each other simultaneously?
No.
Miles Edgeworth, you should listen to someone until they are finished talking.
What are you talking about?
I'll only say it one more time. This is a competition to see who is truly worthy of the Von Karman name.
A competition?
The person that figures out the truth first wins.
So the person who doesn't discover the truth is a dishonor to the name?
Exactly! I don't care that you became a prosecutor before me. I simply refuse to hear any more foolish things coming from your foolishly foolish mouth.
Fine, whatever makes you happy.
Can I take that as you accepting my challenge?
Yes, whatever makes you happy.
Once again, whatever makes you happy.
Well then, let's begin the investigation, shall we? I'm going to find the perfect evidence and prettily present it like the professional I am.
Competing to discover the truth behind a crime. How delightfully childish. Now let's find out. Fuck's sake. You kids.
I didn't see that. You kids, over there, hold it.
Kid!
Ha! Serves you right, Miles. He just called you a kid.
I said kids, kid.
How dare you call me a kid as well?
I'll do what I please, and I won't allow you to cause a ruckus on my crime scene. Hey, big guy, you're going to watch over these two. Yes, sir! Detective Bag, sir! Now, do what I say from now on, kids, okay?
You'd better not get in our way, Scruffy. You'll feel the bite of my whip if you do.
Then you, prosecutor boy! Let's get your investigation started already, alright?
Great. Now even that detective is treating me like a child.
Can't we see how well Francisco... Yeah?
Franziska von Karma, you are officially a child! You're 13! You are a baby! How old is Edgeworth in turn about reminiscence? Yeah, documented age range anywhere from 9 to 35. That's not helpful. He's 20. He's not a kid. He just, I guess, looks young. So it took like only a couple of years for him to get marks under his eyes as soon as he started actually prosecuting. Cool. Moving on. Dummy.
Alright, it's time to get investigating. Get him over on, prosecutor boy!
My name is Miles Edgeworth, and if you were to call me Prosecutor Boy one more time, it will be my duty as a prosecutor to look into your monthly salary.
What? And why was you doing my salary after you saw how much it was?
That's up to you now, isn't it?
Really? Sounds good, pal.
He's so naive. Let's investigate!
Gumshoe salary cutting noises.
Beginning all these years ago. Detective Bad, may I have a word with you?
What is it?
It appears that both a knife and a gun were used as murder weapons.
Yeah, it does.
That leads us to our first question of the investigation. Where did the men acquire the weapons?
The gun was inside of Faraday's bag. It was a piece of evidence that was presented in the trial earlier today. It was used to kill the Codopian Embassy staff member. But I never heard anything about the knife.
It's very pretty.
Alright. Mr. Rowell's being held by the police. There's no way he could have brought it in. Which means it's possible that Faraday had the knife on him from the start as well.
been a piece of evidence that had yet to be presented. But then, why doesn't Detective Bad know about it? Wait, what if... It's possible that Mr. Faraday brought the knife in under the guise of prosecutorial evidence. He could have then brought it out and attacked Mr. Rell with it.
Huh. Maybe you've got a brain in there after all, kid.
I'm fucking 20. Ugh. Is he going to treat me like a child forever?
It looks like Mr. Faraday attacked Mr. Rell first, who then counterattacked. That's the only logical conclusion you can draw from a scene like this.
Not yet. I feel it's much too early to be drawing conclusions already. I must first find conclusive evidence so as to protect the honour of the Von Karma name. I'm going to watch some TV.
Wow!
What is it, Detective Gumshoe?
My TV at home is so tiny compared to this one, pal!
Then perhaps you should purchase a more normal-sized television like this one.
Ah, let me see it. Wow! This thing is huge! What?
Oh.
Wow! And why are you too noisy?
You're the noisy one, Scruffy!
Don't touch it! You'll get your fingerprints all over it. But I didn't touch it! Preservation of the crime scene is the foundation of detective work.
The foundation, huh? Sounds like something the rookie here needs to shore up on. Well, I can look at it again. The TV has been left on.
Why are you being like that? It wasn't me! I didn't touch anything! Gumshoe, you do know what will happen if you touch something again. Right. I won't touch anything! I won't even go near the TV, sir! And you, get my true investigation, alright?
I was planning to do so anyway. A window. The window is open and there's a fresh flowery scent in the air.
The flowers in the garden down there are so gross and ghastly.
Do you think maybe you could try offering something useful for a change?
Well, at least there's no way someone escaped through this window, pal. They wouldn't wake up and smell the flowers after a fall from the 3rd floor.
Are you willfully ignoring the fact that there are also iron bars on the windows? Logic.
Yeah, I guess there's that too. Either way, no one can get through these windows, right?
They thought of everything when they were designing this courthouse. Very nice. There's a bag here.
There's some stuff in the bag, pal.
I suppose this was Mr. Faraday's bag. It's probably the trial evidence I was supposed to collect from him.
This is the evidence! So I better not touch it. I'll leave prints on it.
Do you just not pay attention to anything you do? There are some plastic bags stacked up on the table. There's a tea set too. There doesn't seem to be any sign of a disturbance.
Yeah, the table's all neat and tidy.
Well, it certainly is. You've been eating all the snacks off of it, Gumshoe. Tampering with evidence?
Yeah. Maybe they were super quiet in that scuffle? After all, I didn't hear anything from out in the hallway, you know.
Maybe the plastic bags scattered around the floor are throwing us off. Plant. This decorative plant's foliage is quite nice. It's actually soothing to be around it. Perhaps I should purchase one for my room. It looks like this sofa is ready to be disposed of.
Do I have to repeat something so stupid?
Yes, you do.
It's so soft! I can sleep for all 25 hours of the day on this thing!
If only I could dispose of him. See? You say something stupid and Edra says something sassy. It wins. Alright, Franny Fanny, what have you found out?
I see.
Did you figure something out?
This is a competition, Miles! And as such, I'd appreciate it if you didn't talk to me.
As you wish. Oh, he loves her really. As a sibling, Jesus Christ. As a sibling.
Yes, you all know Miles is gay.
Well, even then, like, he's a 20-year-old and she's 13. You know?
Yeah.
Alright, Bad, say some words. Detective Bad, do you have any thoughts on the case?
Faraday and Rel. It looks like they killed each other to me. Although, there are a few things that just don't seem right.
And what would they be?
Why don't you try thinking on your own first before you bother me, boy?
Now I've been downgraded to just boy? Fuck you. Alright, let's have a look at the body then. Well, bodies. Looks like Mr. Faraday fell on top of Mr. Rel. At first glance, it seems like they must have killed each other. However...
Using logic, the only logical conclusion is AHA!
What was that outburst for?
My detective instinct just hit me real hard! It was Mr. Rel the first, see?
You don't need a detective's instinct for that. It's common sense. I suppose we won't know much more than that until after I examine the bodies.
Ah! Nooks and crannies, crannies and nooks.
My first time with the nooks and the crannies. Put on my scarf. Mr. Faraday, how ironic is it for him to lose his life in a courthouse?
Yeah, why did it have to be like this? I don't know what to say! I can't believe this happened when I was on watch, pal!
Rather than beating yourself up, you should spend your time continuing the investigation. Didn't you become a detective in order to solve crimes?
Yeah.
Then get back to work. Find out the cause of his murder.
Right, I'm on it, pal!
First he killed a Kodopian embassy staff member, then he was murdered himself.
This guy wasn't exactly an angel, you know?
Oh? What makes you say that?
Well, he's been hauled into the precinct several times for theft and assault, pal!
I mean, he's not a good guy then.
So yeah, he's definitely thought to have committed a murder or two!
Well, he did admit to killing Mr. DEID man.
Go, so say dead.
I can't help
DEID.
it. DEID.
Mr. DEID man.
DEID man. Dead man. Say your man.
Hey, good point, pal. I knew my detective's intuition was telling me something.
Detective's intuition.
Yep. Did you know about it? It's a special feeling that all
We don't have time for this conversation right now. Let's return to the investigation. Knife.
Looks like Mr. Rel died with a knife in his hand.
There's some blood stuck on it.
Then he must have used it as a weapon. Yep, no doubt about it.
Was Mr. Faraday carrying this on his personage? Did he bring this as a piece of evidence for the trial? Or did he bring it with a very different intention in mind? I should jot some notes down about it. Oh, he's got a dirty hand.
His hands are black down there, see? I wonder what that could be.
If you look closely, his blotching pattern resembles an ink stain.
An ink stain?
Yes, I usually get ink on my own... Yes, I usually get ink on my own hand when I use my feather pen.
A feather pen? haven't seen one before. You sure you aren't just making it up, pal?
No, I'm cultured unlike you. Gun. Stop looking at your fucking phone, detective, and pay attention.
Looks like Mr. Faraday died while holding the gun in his right hand.
So he shot Mr. Rell and then fell on top of him while still gripping onto the gun?
I guess it does seem kind of strange, huh? I mean, why would Mr. Faraday know how to fire a gun?
It's not exactly rocket science. Even I know how to pull a trigger. Although I doubt I'll ever need to use one.
I never have to fire a gun either, pal. But it sure does look cool to hold a gun in your hands.
It appears that the police's screening procedures need a thorough review. Anyway, I should jot down some notes about the handgun in Mr. Faraday's hand.
What was the blood?
I haven't had a look yet because it stopped me. Mr. Rell's cause of death was from being shot, correct?
That's what we think, but it's hard to tell them lying face down.
Death is bad enough, but it's truly lamentable that someone would try to hide the truth.
Are you sure they were trying to hide something?
I can't confirm Mr. Rell's cause of death with his body positioned like that. Detective Bad, I'd like to examine the bodies in further detail if possible.
What's this? You're not able to form a theory with them the way that they are?
I believe that an examination of the bodies is vital to finding the perfect evidence, don't you?
I suppose you have a point. Well, you do. Well, hurry up and get on with it.
Labby.
Yes, sir. We've taken enough photos of the scene, sir.
And there you have it.
Do you not approve?
Of course not.
What?
Investigation of a crime scene is the work of a detective, so don't touch a thing. Hey, big fella, turn the bodies over for me, will you? Okay! Please forgive me, Mr. Faraday, sir! Gumshoe, do not get emotionally involved. Remember, you're a detective. Yes, sir! Understood, sir!
Can I... No. I want to look... Fuck you. I want to look at the papers. Why are there plastic bags scattered all around?
Those bags for keeping evidence safe, pal!
I know that much, detective.
You're sure good at this stuff, aren't you, pal?
Normally, I'd be happy when someone compliments me, but when it's this guy... Anyway, could these plastic bags be evidence of a fight between the two men? Anyway, now to look at the murder victims.
Looks and crannies.
A pen! There's something in his breast pocket. It's a fountain pen. A especially nice nib, apparently.
Hey, you know, I always keep a pencil behind my ear. Because Detective Bad is always telling me you should always write your name on everything you own.
Yes, somehow you do strike me as quite a forgetful individual.
There's a knife wound in his chest here, see?
I wonder if the wound matches the knife that Mr. Rell is holding.
Labby.
Yes, sir. Verifying now, sir.
Make it quick.
From the look of things, one could deduce that the knife that Mr. Rell is holding is what killed Mr. Faraday. Let's have another look at this knife. Looks like Mr. Faraday was stabbed with this knife that Mr. Rell is holding.
Ouch!
What's wrong, detective?
My stomach started to hurt from just thinking about being stabbed.
Just keep your mind on the case, alright? Let's look at him. Bullet hole. Shot in the chest.
It takes some guts to fire a gun in a courthouse. I mean, I've been in church for a whole week, and I still haven't found a single round yet.
There aren't any burn marks on his clothes. That must mean...
Wait, burn marks?
A round grows very hot as it is discharged from a firearm. Therefore, burn marks are usually left when a shot is fired from point-blank range. Ergo, Mr. Rell must have been shot from at least a yard or two away.
You sure to know a bunch of neat stuff for your age, pal?
Apparently, this detective has as much common knowledge as your everyday marsupial. Let us now try to understand how the two men died. First, Mr. Faraday took the gun and knife out of today's trial evidence. Then he aimed the gun at Mr. Rell and fired. However, Mr. Rell managed to grab the knife and counter Mr. Faraday while being shot. Then the two men fell together where they stood. This is my theory, in any case.
What a crazy way to go!
Still, something about that explanation just doesn't seem right. I believe I now have a firmer grasp on what happened here.
Logic?
I didn't look at the gun. Mr. Faraday's holding a gun in his right hand.
That's what Mr. Rell got blown away by, right? Robbie, your answer.
Yes, sir. We found that the ballistic markings do match that gun.
Oh, ballistic markings are
Are the figurative fingerprints a gun leaves on a bullet when fired. Every gun leaves its own unique ballistic markings. Therefore, by looking at the markings on a bullet, you can tell which gun it came from.
Yeah, that's it. Of course, I already knew all about that, pal. Maybe you'd be better off going back to the academy. Come on, sir. Cut me some slack, will ya?
So the bullet that was fired from this gun is what felled Mr. Rell. Well,
Maybe some logic? You're not mumbling over there?
Logic time!
Ink stain the fountain pen in his pocket.
Yes, that would make sense. Let's check those, because it's important, I suppose.
Wah! Who?
That splotch from Mr. Faraday's hand. I wonder if it might be the ink from his fountain pen.
Ah, that's the lab guy!
Detective Gumshoe! I confirm that the substance on Mr. Faraday's hand is the ink from his fountain pen.
I say, good work! You know, I always wanted to say that. You know, it was just one time in my life.
If Mr. Faraday wrote with his fountain pen in his left hand, it is fair to assume he was left-handed.
Which means he shouldn't be holding a gun.
It appears that Mr. Faraday's pen is very important to our case as well.
So he shouldn't be holding a gun. He's right.
Yeah.
Okay, if you say so, pal.
Another handedness thing.
Neat tidy table. That's the bag screw.
Okay, we'll do that. Woo! Woo! Okay. There is a very tidy pile of plastic bags on the table, and yet a portion of them wound up scattered on the floor as well. It's not likely that the ones on the floor were knocked over during a struggle, in which case, might there not be another explanation as to how they got there?
Another reason?
I believe it's possible that the blood on the outside of the bag is related somehow.
Hey, please get that blood away from me, pal!
Detective Gumshoe, whose blood is on this bag?
Hold on, let me ask the lab guy.
Alright, please hurry.
Wait till you get a load of this, pal! It's Mr. Faraday's! Oh, and the technician said they didn't find anything else on or in the bag either.
It would appear that this bag is a very important piece of evidence.
Okay, if you say so, I leave it in your hands, pal.
Thank you.
I guess there's not much left to investigate, huh? They really did kill each other.
No, We can't conclude that quite yet. There's still something I find very peculiar here. The theory that they simply killed one another is too simplistic in this case. In fact, there's actually a contradiction that shows there is another possibility.
No way, pal, really?
I suppose I'll just have to show you the contradiction in this crime scene. Now we come face to face with the contradiction I spoke of, and it is this. Mr. Faraday used his left hand to write with his fountain pen. Ergo, he's left-handed. And yet the handgun is in his right hand. Don't you find it odd that the left-handed Mr. Faraday would hold the gun in his right hand? That, lady and gentlemen, is the great contradiction haunting this crime scene.
Hey, you're right, pal. It does seem kind of strange. But how could something like that happen?
The facts add up to one conclusion and one alone. Someone else put the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand after he died.
Someone else?
Plastic bags scattered on the floor and a gun in the wrong hand. I sense the presence of a shadowy figure behind this case. A person of vile intent who is serious about keeping the truth from us. And we are done investigating.
Here's the autopsy report.
It is probable that Mr. Rell survived for a short time after he was shot. However, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously from his stabbing. Interesting. It looks like we now know everything we need to know about this case.
Are you sure we know everything?
Of course! The incident began with Mr. Faraday attempting to get his revenge. The prosecutor went into a rage from being accused and tried to kill the defendant. But the defendant fought back and they ended up killing each other. It's all very clear and simple. There's absolutely no margin for doubt.
Do you really believe that to be the truth?
Ha! Are you saying that just because I figured out the truth before you, that you don't want to believe it's true? It's alright. If you disagree with my argument, then prove me wrong. Well, if there are any contradictions to be found, that is.
Don't worry, I will.
Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous while Mr. Rell survived for a short time.
Then how did Mr. Rell end up being the bottom of the pyramid?
From this, it is obvious that Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. Rell. And Mr. Rell, while on the brink of death, stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. Those are the facts of this case.
Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, therefore he must have attacked first. Proving that logic to be false is probably the fastest way to show her she's wrong. In that case, I should first look for any holes in her theory. Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rell before he died? Do you have any basis for that statement?
Your foolishness has no end, does it? Now, I hate to repeat myself, however, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously. That's all the basis I need.
Alright, so if Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, then he must have attacked Mr. Rell before being stabbed.
You're finally beginning to catch on, I see.
So you believe that the dying Mr. Rell stole the knife from Mr. Faraday?
Mr. Rell became desperate as he did not want to die. Human beings can do amazing things when they are put to the test. So the two men struggled. And in the end, Mr. Rell was able to grab the knife and stab Mr. Faraday. The messy condition of this room is a testament to their struggle. Yes, my logic is perfectly sound.
Can you really say that it's perfect?
What are you insinuating?
Nothing. However, I can't let what you said slide by without further inquiry. One must be clear and precise, so if you could append your statement to your testimony.
Fine. They struggled, and Mr. Rao used the last of his strength to counterattack Mr. Faraday.
Which contradicts Gummy's testimony because he didn't hear a struggle, which we know from before.
Objection!
If the two men were fighting, their struggle would surely have caused quite a bit of noise. However, Detective Gumshoe testified that he heard absolutely nothing.
Ha! You place too much faith in that detective's testimony, you know. But for the sake of argument, let's say there wasn't a fight. How then did Mr. Rell get his hands on the knife?
Mr. Faraday's bag was sitting right here in lobby number 2. It's not hard to imagine that perhaps Mr. Rell saw a chance and took it out at some point.
So, what you're saying is this. Mr. Rell took a chance when he saw opportunity and took the knife from the bag? And then Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rell after being stabbed?
Isn't there something strange in Franziska's statement right now?
Yeah, something's off.
Yeah, because...
He died instantly.
Wait, something doesn't add up.
Oh, really?
It's simply not possible for Mr. Faraday to have shot Mr. Rell after being stabbed.
Autopsy report.
Yep. Where is the motherfucking autopsy report? I guess it's the crime scene
Take
notes. According to the coroner's report, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, meaning that he died immediately upon being stabbed by the knife. Ergo, he could not possibly have fired the gun after that.
Oh, you got me.
But of course.
Well then, if the report is correct, then there is only one correct explanation. We suppose that Mr. Rell attacked first, then Mr. Faraday, who died instantaneously, would have been unable to kill Mr. Rell. Therefore, Mr. Rell must have stabbed Mr. Faraday after he was shot. Then they both died. That is the only explanation that makes logical sense.
Negating your opponent's ideas in order to prove your own theory. I see you've been studying, Franziska.
I just want to explain it to you as simply as possible. Before you foolishly propose a foolish theory that only a foolish fool like you could.
How naive of you to believe that your only options are valid, that only your options are valid, and still expect to discover the truth that the crime scene offers you. Franziska, you've still got a ways to go.
What are you talking about? Are you saying there's a flaw in my logic?
Yes, if the shoe fits.
Mr. Faraday died instantly, and the fact that he did is what gives rise to a contradiction in this scene. The contradiction here in the crime scene is the order the bodies fell, like you said.
Yeah.
Let me get this straight. What you are arguing is this. Mr. Faraday took the gun from his evidence bag and shot Mr. Rell. Then the wounded Mr. Rell found an opportunity to take the knife and strike back. Upon being stabbed, Mr. Faraday died on the spot and Mr. Rell died thereafter. If that's the case, then how do you explain this? Take a good look at the order in which their bodies are piled.
No!
Mr. Faraday's body is lying on top of Mr. Rell's. Therefore, Mr. Rell must have died before Mr. Faraday.
Impossible!
Yes, I agree that it seems strange no matter what angle you approach it from. Which means that the real mystery behind this crime scene that we must solve is...
No! Not so fast, Miles Edgeworth!
What now?
I simply think that you ought to think a bit more outside the box. And that it's even clearer now that the incident started with Mr. Faraday's murderous intent.
She sure bounced back quickly. An explanation won't be enough this time. It's going to take some very decisive evidence to prove her wrong.
For fuck's sake. You do not like to admit when you are wrong.
Yep, she doesn't.
It was just a chance that Mr. Faraday's body fell on top of Mr. Rell's. The two bodies fell into a pile, which indicates that they attacked each other at the same time. It really doesn't matter in the slightest that they fell in the opposite order.
It does.
I just know that Franziska's explanation isn't absolutely correct. All I have to do is find a hole in her logic. Once I do, I can then present her with the evidence that proves the contradiction. Nope, don't need to press that. No. How do you think that? What do you mean by they attacked each other at the same time?
I assume Mr. Faraday had 2 different weapons in his hands. He made to attack Mr. Rell while holding both the knife and revolver, and then, after Mr. Faraday fired the gun, Mr. Rell grabbed the knife as he was falling and stabbed Mr. Faraday. That is how Mr. Rell wound up on the bottom, with Mr. Faraday on top. At close range, that is more than possible.
Yes, it is possible, but...
Well, if you have any other ideas, then show me what you've got.
Oh, I will. And to that extent, I'd like you to append what you just said to your testimony.
I don't see any point to that, but as you please. That fact indicates that they attacked each other at the same time from close range.
Well, now I can present the gun because there's no burn marks. It was fired from a few yards away.
Objection!
So you believe that they killed each other at close range? Sorry, but that's impossible. Just as it is written in the crime scene notes, the firing of the handgun did not leave a gunpowder burn on Mr. Rell's clothes. Therefore, Mr. Rell and the gun must have been separated by a distance of at least 2 or 3 yards.
Ah!
Yes, this is by far the biggest contradiction. The 2 bodies are piled upon each other, yet the gun was fired from a distance. And with there being no chance that Mr. Rell moved that far after being shot, that leaves only one possible explanation.
What a completely foolish line of foolish thought for a thoroughly foolish fool! If I'm not right, then who was it that made the first move with the intent to kill, huh? Who?
The person that attacked first with murderous intent? That would be...
Neither man.
Yeah, neither. Because if Faraday did it...
The order of the bodies would be different, but if
Mr. Rell did it,
Rell would have died first.
Well, if Mr. Rell did it, Mr. Faraday still died straight away and Mr. Rell didn't have any weapon.
So neither man.
Neither. Here in this room, contradictions appear no matter which man we claim attacked first. Thus, there can only be one explanation. There was a third person here, just like in all the other Ace Attorney games. It was that third person who killed both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell, and set their bodies up to make it look like a double murder. That third person is the real culprit.
Miles Edgeworth, there's just one thing you're missing.
Evidence, correct?
Exactly. Everything you said up until now is nothing but a story played out in your head. However, this is where the real test begins. Can you prove that there was a third person involved in this crime?
Of course. If the third person truly was here, that fact would resolve the glaring contradiction. The proof that this has all been set up made it look like they killed each other, are presented, and they bear the final piece of the puzzle that's not yet in place. What is the piece of evidence that proves there is a third person involved?
Do you need help?
Well, it wouldn't be the knife. Oh, hello! This blood here is from Mr. Faraday, but there are no other clues to be found. Which begs the question, do I need to put this bag inside another bag in order to preserve it as evidence? Yeah, there's nothing in the bag, it's just his blood on the outside of it, which is kinda weird.
What piece of evidence proves that there's a third person involved?
guess it's just the gun, because again, it's a few yards away.
Yeah.
Take that!
You're very quiet, yes.
The gun in Mr. Faraday's hand, and the plastic bag with his blood on it. Oh, so I could have presented that as well.
Mhm.
These two items point to the presence of a third person. How so? Recall Detective Gumshoe's testimony. Blah, blah, blah. Look a note to the orange. If there wasn't a struggle in this room, then there shouldn't be any plastic bags on the ground. Meaning that someone else must have deliberately scattered them around. Do you not see the possibility in this? Disregarding the gun for the moment, there is a high probability of blood splatter when a knife is used on a person. The culprit held the knife with a plastic bag around it. They could use the bag to catch any blood splatter from when they withdrew the knife. Then, by spreading a few more plastic bags around, mixing the bloody one in with them, and arranging the room to make it look like there was a struggle between the two, they were able to conceal their presence. Ah! I hate you. Oh. Okay. That was...
Looks like we've still got a long way to go in this investigation.
Yes.
Objection!
Objection? Hello?
Who? What's the... Ah.
Oh, it's you. And the judge. He has legs.
What's up with you, pal?
Yes. I don't know why
Yes.
I said... I read his name is Yes! Why did I say that? Mr. Bad, I advise you to place Detective Gumshoe under arrest.
What? What's the meaning of this?
Looks like you're not man enough to discipline your own subordinates.
Don't you dare.
That detective claims he was there, standing in front of the door the entire time. But I have it on good authority that it was all a giant lie. Miss Yu, I asked you please explain that last statement. I'll let His Honor explain it himself.
I saw it with my own eyes, I tell you! During the recess, there was a period of time when there was no one in the hallway.
See, Mr. Bad? So I ask you, why would a detective who was supposedly doing his job the whole time want to fabricate such a lie?
Gumshoe, did you kill Faraday? No! Of course not, sir!
It would appear that the one who set this whole crime scene up is that detective, which basically renders his testimony a complete lie and wholly invalid. It looks like your perfect logic has come tumbling down, Miles.
So I'm crocheting the manatees fit. I mean, look. I've decided they're going to be a hole. I'm going to stuff them.
Oh, okay.
That might be a fun thing for flip-flops.
Okay. Was that statement really a lie?
Detective Gumshoe, you're now the suspect in the murder of 2 men. Now spit out the truth or so help me. I haven't lied to anyone, sir! Honest! I really was really there! I was in the hallway the whole time, pal!
Detective Bad, I ask you please do not act without my permission. After all, I'm the one that is heading up this investigation, am I not?
Don't talk like you know what's going on, boy.
All I want is for this investigation to run perfectly.
Perfection is the only wish a disciple of Von Karma, after all.
Therefore, before you take Detective Gumshoe into custody, I'd like to set the record straight on something.
And what's that?
What should I ask Detective Gumshoe about? Well, a motive. Why would he want to kill them?
Well, yeah.
I suppose the one thing I'd like to clarify is Detective Gumshoe's motive for committing this crime?
Motive, huh? Gumshoe, you got a grudge against Faraday or anything? No, sir, not me! Not a single bad thing against Mr. Faraday, sir! Is that a fact?
You really have a problem with lying, don't you, Detective Gumshoe?
I'm telling you, I am not lying!
The more unnatural you act, the more suspicious you become, you know.
If you want a motive, Edgeworth, I have one for you right here. Could you please share it with us? However, be forewarned that I won't hesitate to object to flights of fancy, because all I'm interested in is the perfect explanation. You're serious, aren't you? Fine. You amuse me, so I'll humour you with a little courtroom practice. It was about a week ago. I saw the detective get chewed out by a livid Faraday in front of the precinct. He stood there, super pale, as Mr. Faraday yelled, "That's a salary cut for you, you nitwit!" A brand new detective suddenly getting his salary cut. That's reason enough for a grudge. Well, how's that for the perfect explanation?
Oh, poor Gummy. Sorry. You totally misunderstand me, pal. I gotta get out of grudge. Quiet. I can't trust anything you say. Sir.
There's nothing wrong with the motive she proposed, per se. There are some gaps in her logic that need to be filled in. Miss Yu's perfect explanation may not be so perfect after all. I should press her a bit. Press. Don't need to press on about a week ago.
Hold it!
Mr. Faraday was upset. Yeah. You know what else? Mr. Faraday isn't exactly known to get angry often. But there he was, totally pea red in the face. And the offending detective just stood there, pale as a ghost, like he was about to die.
Just like the face he's making now, right?
I'm completely innocent, I tell you!
Poor man. It was quite the scene with the detective.
Hold it!
You just stood there watching this unfold in front of you. Yeah, I have to say, it was really enjoyable too. But that's why when I saw Detective Gumshoe earlier, I knew to stay clear of him.
No way! I just thought it was because I had someone stuck on my face!
But you do!
Huh? What was stuck on my face?
Let's start with your eyes, nose, mouth. Oh, and those ridiculous eyebrows.
Huh?
Oh man, messing with your head is just too much fun! Miss Yu, if you don't mind, I'd like to return to your testimony now. Sure, why not?
Hold it!
To cut a new detective's salary right off the bat like that. I'm not really familiar with the way that you guys relate. But is that a common practice?
Yeah. Speaking of cutting my salary, didn't you try to do that to me earlier too?
I suppose I did.
It's only natural to cut a worthless detective's salary down to their actual worth. My father can even fire anyone, new or old, the snap of his fingers.
Do you maybe think that's reason enough for detectives to hate you people?
Well, I guess they really shouldn't cut people's pay.
Detective Bad, don't tell me Mr. Von Karma cut your salary earlier.
Hold it!
You call your explanation perfect. Is it not to your liking? Unfortunately for you, it's just not up to my standards. Oh, is there something you want me to clarify in that case? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Yeah. Alright, if you could clear this one thing up for me. A motive for killing Mr. Rell? Yeah, because we have an idea of how Faraday was killed. He was stabbed. We don't need to know their relation. Faraday's a prosecutor, Gumshoe's a detective.
Relation enough.
Obviously he yelled at him, so Gumshoe did something.
Mm-hmm.
So, motive for killing the other victim.
Yeah.
I understand Detective Gumshoe's potential motive for killing Mr. Faraday. However, what about his motive for killing Mr. Rell? His motive for killing Rell? That guy would know. If there was no clear motive for both of the murders, then I doubt this incident would have occurred. Wouldn't you agree? Is there anyone else who might have had a grudge against either of the two men? Or should we look into that ourselves? Oh, in that case, I have absolutely no idea. What? That's impossible. She must know something. Wait. Can you please not glare at me like that? It makes me laugh. Didn't even do anything and you're already laughing anyway. Well, away. Well, anyway, the way I see it, as long as he had a motive to kill one of the two, this crime scene would have played out the way it did anyway. Oh? Would you care to explain your logic? And this time, please try to provide a truly perfect explanation. Perfect this? Perfect that? Stop being so uptight! Or is that a requisite for being a Von Karma? Miles Edgeworth! I demand that you shut this rude woman up! I wish you'd both be quiet for just 1 second. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to explain it to you kids. You're not that much older than him. There's no one out there with a motive to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. All you really have to establish is that someone had a grudge against one of the two men. Mr. Rell, who happened to be there, became a witness to Mr. Faraday's murder. Therefore, he was killed out of necessity and set up to look like they'd killed each other. I wonder if that's really true. Is there no one out there with a grudge against both men? I should take another hard look at the evidence for this morning's case. Second KG8 incident, as people are calling it, involving an embassy staff member. And the two men who both wound up as suspects in the case. Is there someone else I'm looking over who's somehow related to them?
Do you? Yeah. CCU?
What do I present then?
The newspaper.
Well, I guess the incident overview, yeah. So, present, this. Maybe you? Miss Yu, I believe there is someone you overlooked in making your statement. Or rather, is it because you'd rather not bring this person up? What do you mean? We are looking for someone with a reason to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. I can think of at least one person that fits the bill. He was the suspect in the original KG8 incident, and a member of the Kodopian embassy staff, Mr. Manny Cochin. Oh, okay, so
Okay.
I'm guessing the game's not noticing that she is related to CC. Okay. That's right, the very man who came to visit you earlier out in the hallway. The man who killed a member of the Cadopian Embassy staff, Mr. Rell, and the man who was the lead prosecutor of the KG-8 incident, Mr. Faraday. Are you telling me that Mr. Cochin has no reason at all to kill both of these men? Well, I suppose he might have a reason or two.
You covered for me, pal! Maybe you're not such a bad guy after all!
Don't get ahead of yourself. You're still a suspect. Make no mistake about that. The perfect evidence, the perfect testimony. These are the only things I wish to hold.
But I didn't do it!
You will stay under my authority and go investigate Mr. Manny Cochin for me. And remember, I will not be very forgiving should any of this leak out.
You want to investigate Cochin? You'd just be wasting your time.
And why is that?
Cochin was...
You're doing a different voice for him.
Am I?
Yeah, you're just kind of a bit normal. You were a bit more gravelly deep for him.
Sorry. Cochin's up in the viewing gallery, watching the trial, or so I was told.
Yeah, you can do that voice. It's just, you often slip out of it when you're doing him.
Sorry.
Well, doing his voice, I mean. Goodness me.
I don't know what you meant, but... Sorry.
Sorry.
Every cop in this place has been keeping an eye on the guy since he arrived.
Then the only real suspect we have still is Detective Gumshoe.
I suppose so.
No way! Come on, Detective Brad, you gotta believe me, sir! I really was in the hallway the whole time, sir! I never took a single step into this room, sir! Okay, then you are saying there was someone else who passed through this hallway? No, there was no one else, sir! Then why should I believe you didn't do it?
That is one incredibly foolish detective. Standing right in front of a crime scene all by himself. It's as good as a confession of guilt.
I have to admit, it's a bit strange. Most criminals will fabricate some sort of lie to escape their crimes. And if that detective really wanted to prove that he is innocent, you'd think he would at the very least offer up "I spaced out while on duty" or the like.
Come on, Gumshoe. Time for your interrogation. Detective Brad!
You're right, Udgy. You seem to be having an intense breathing episode.
Oh, it's been like that the entire time.
Just flapping.
I was concerned about him too, because, you know.
Miles Edgeworth, I will go on ahead and report this to Papa.
And that, as they say, is that. Right, everyone.
Oh, goodbye. Well, I suppose we should both be getting back to our real jobs now, huh? Before we do, miss you, there is something I'd like to speak with you about. What is it? Well, I don't...
She's laughing.
Yeah, I don't need to inspect anything again. It's all the same. To have set these two men up and make it look like they killed each other. If there's one thing I cannot forgive, it's the desecration of the dead. Oh, okay, that's not him talking to her. Now talk. So, what did you want to ask me about? The current case of the murdered Cadopian Embassy staff member. I've heard that people have begun calling it the second KG-8 incident. Only among you law enforcement types.
Jesus.
You're a lawyer, though. Alright. And, what about it? I'd like for you to tell me everything you know about the original KG-8 incident. I'm afraid I can't help you. I don't know anything beyond what was reported in the papers. No, I believe you know much more, since you are directly tied to the KG-8 incident. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop with the false accusations. Baseless outbursts are useless both inside and outside the courtroom, don't you know? I do, but I also know that I do have a leg to stand on here. Think you can start making that ultra serious face in front of me? Ugh. If you could please stop laughing for just 1 second. I'm not going to make any headway like this. I'm just going to have to show her exactly how related to the KG8 incident she is. Okay, this is now the point where we go, you are related to the murder victim! Miss Yu, I believe that I have proof of your connection to the KG8 incident. That file is your proof? Very well then. Why don't you tell me exactly how I'm related to the KG8 incident through the victim? Your connection to the KG8 incident is through the victim. The victim's name is CCU. You will note that she has the same last name as you. Can you really still tell me with a straight face that you are not related to this case? Sorry, but we're not related. Just kidding. You asked that question with such a serious look on your face. I couldn't help but... Miss Yu, I ask that you please tell me the truth. Alright, I'll tell you everything I know.
She is very annoying.
A little. As you guessed, the one who reported the smuggling activities of the Amano group was my sister, CCU, as I thought. And she was killed right before she was to testify at the impending trial. By Manny Cochin! But because he was tried once and was acquitted, he gets to live out the rest of his cushy life, completely carefree. All because of a lack of evidence. No, I heard that the evidence to convict him did exist. What? I heard it from Mr. Faraday himself after Mr. Cochin's trial was over. Apparently, a man in black made off with the most important piece of evidence. Then the evidence has been tampered with? Isn't it just like a criminal to do something like that? The smuggling ring being run out of the Amano group by one of its secretaries. They bailed Mr. Cochin out. Turns out they are in league with each other after all. Well, all along. How big was that smothering? Yes, the smothering ring. They all like to just get pillows and just kill people with them, you know? How big was that smuggling ring? Was it a large operation? I don't really know. Which is why I wanted to become the lead defense on this case that people are calling the second KG8 incident. But I haven't learned anything new at all. I was probably expecting too much, I know. You mean you think this case has nothing to do with the smuggling ring? I don't know what to think.
Oh, good, you're being serious for once.
Why did Mr. Cochin want to meet with you earlier? Actually, he came to watch the trial. Apparently, he only found out that I was the defense lawyer on this case after he'd arrived. He figured he should say hi, and one other thing. Looks like you couldn't resolve anything this time either. Too bad. What's that supposed to mean? Oh boy! Stop it with this scary face already! I'm fine, really. I gave him a good slap across the face! By the way she talks about slapping him as she laughs away is kind of creepy. But it's just as Mr. Bad said. He's not related to the double murder. I asked around, and people in the gallery claim that he was in his seat the entire time. Talk about a cruel fate. Well, this is about all I know. Sorry. Guess I wasn't much help, huh? That's not true. I'm sorry I made you recall such a painful time in your life. It Edgeworth, you really are too serious for your own good. You really need to learn to relax. We wouldn't want you to die of stress, would we? Thank you for the advice, but there's no need to worry. I work in my own way, and I will catch this criminal in my own way as well. You'll see. Look at you with your game face on, ready to go. I am making no such face. Did you know? Laughter is the best medicine, Edgeworth. Don't you get tired of making such a serious face all the time? I'm charged with making sure that all the criminals of this world are found guilty. I have no need for laughter. There you go, making that face again. Oh well. I've got to get going. I still have a few loose ends I need to tie up. Really, as soon as she's walking. The KG-8 incident and this murder investigation. It is my belief that these two cases are related to each other somehow. Plus, that Detective Gumshoe. It's obvious he's lying, even though the lie is hurting his chances. Clearly, this case is far from over. But whether or not that detective is the murderer can only be determined once I've completed my perfect investigation. Well, he's obviously not the murderer because he's still a detective.
Yeah, I know.
Mr. Von Karma, I swear to uphold your honourable name, or my name isn't Miles Edgeworth. Well, he's not really honourable, but, you know, it is what it is.
Ooh, my shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Oh, finally! You finally decide we can say thank you. Oh, my face hurts.
Well, you have been laughing a lot.
Laughing and doing a lot of the voices.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, because there were so many long periods where you were talking to yourself and then I was then stuck talking to myself. Right, we'll see you in the next part.
Bye, Beans!
God's sake, you always have to rustle around.
Thank you all for watching this latest addition to our growing collection of varying games and reviews, just videos in general. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Please leave a like and a comment in the comments section down below. We love hearing what you think. If you have any recommendations for either games to play or material to review, let us know in the comments and we'll do our best to get to them when we can.
If you like our content, subscribe to see more. Check out our playlists if you are looking for something new or worried you've missed an episode. Click on the recommended video appearing on the screen if you want to see more of us right now. You won't regret it, we swear. Subscribe to our Patreon to become one of our lovely beans today. However, if that is too expensive for you at this time, please consider a one-off donation on our Ko-fi. Help a poor T-wench today.
And with that, Lime out.
Dragon out.
Bye!